Here they are, the greatest of all time, the Beatles.
Greatest artists of all time, the Beatles.
My number one artists are the Beatles, without any shadow of doubt.
If the Beatles don't come in at number one, there's something absolutely wrong with this show and this entire network.
They're so deeply inside of us. They don't even feel like part of pop culture. They feel like part of life.
I think they're the only band that I would scream and cry for in my life. I'm like, ah!
They lit a fire in me. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the Pip Beatle, if you like.
Let me tell you how it will be.
They were pop stars that were good looking and funny, but they were making this deeply personal, sophisticated pop music.
You have George Harrison as a guitar player, Ringo Starr as a drummer, Paul McCartney, and John Lennon. It's like you cannot script a better band.
Paul and John wanted to be better than each other, and it just led to this incredible synergy, and we've been trying to better them ever since and have got nowhere near, quite frankly.
They was able to evolve and grow continuously. They never got boring.
Every album was something new and something different, and every band listened to them and looked to them to see what the newest thing was.
It was 10 years that they were together as a band. I can't even believe how much they accomplished in that time.
And to think that they achieved what they achieved and split up before they were 30, I mean, it's really difficult to believe.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad.
The Beatles inspired every kind of major change in culture, from the way they dressed, to the music they played, to the drugs they used, to growing beards and mustaches. Whatever the Beatles did suddenly became cool and everyone had to follow.
Everything that anyone is listening to now of any genre of music was influenced by the Beatles.
It's impossible to overstate their influence on modern pop music.
Beatles music will always be cool forever for the rest of time.
There will never, ever, 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 ever be another.
The number one artist should be the Beatles, because everybody else on this list took everything they got from the Beatles, even people that came before the Beatles.
There you go, the Beatles. They may not be a surprise to top the list, except when you consider the band broke up some 40 years ago, before most of our voters were even born. And there it is, the definitive list of the 100 greatest artists of all time, voted on by artists who are great in their own right. So, Beatles fans, revel in the victory.
Y en este momento parecieran estar más vivos que nunca. La importancia de los Beatles se puede medir a través de la influencia en cientos de músicos que no solo los citan como fuente de inspiración, sino que disfrutan cantando sus temas.
No creo que hay un solo rockero que no tenga influencias de mí.
Yo aprendí inglés por los Beatles.
Creo que todos le hemos robado algo a los Beatles alguna vez.
Es Beat, porque es Beatles. Porque tiene ese aire sofisticado también que tanto nos ha maravillado, ¿no? En los años 70, en los años 60.
Los discos de los Beatles son fundamentales, una piedra que no hay que olvidar nunca.
El primer disco que yo compré, bueno, me pagó mi mamá, ¿no? Pero que yo compré fue Help, de los Beatles.
Realmente me agarré y descubrí la belleza de su música a partir de Revolver.
Con los Beatles muchos aprendimos a hacer música, muchos han copiado sus primeras líneas de bajo, de guitarra o a tocar la batería.
Ever since I got my first Beatles record, I wanted to play drums in a band.
En el video In Bloom, Kurt Cobain homenajeó a los Beatles recreando la primera actuación televisiva del grupo en Estados Unidos. Pero es Ozzy Osbourne el que lleva el concepto del video homenaje a su máxima expresión.
The White Album, I got it right here. I play it everywhere I go. I'm on Beatles. No, sir, I got Beatles for days in here.
And like Paul Weller and, you know, the Kinks and the Who and the Stones. But I think the Beatles are better than all of them not put together.
I am the Eggman. We are the Eggman. I am the walrus.
It's just so obviously the best band that has ever existed. Apart from, of course, Bon Jovi.
For me, the Beatles were great songwriters. I try to remember that the best songs maybe had 2, 3, 4 chords in them, and the Beatles were certainly the forefathers of that.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to.
Todas las bandas alguna vez sintieron las ganas de hacer un cover de los Beatles. Porque Strawberry era el que menos ibas a agarrar en esa bolsa grandiosa que tenían los Beatles de temas. Y bueno, y eso es lo que le dio una combinación muy, muy exótica.
To this day, I mean, there's rarely a time when somebody even puts something out to this day that can compare to what they did.